Okay, imagine a material. It's basically invisible in your daily life, but it's everywhere. Your smartphone screen, the wrapper on your sandwich, even like the solar panels on a roof.
Right. Mostly unseen.
Exactly. But it's underpinning this huge multi-billion-dollar global market. Okay, let's unpack this. We're doing a deep dive today into polyester films.
Mm-hmm.
And these aren't just, simple plastic sheets. They're crucial. Packaging, electronics, automotive, industrial stuff.
A massive range.
Yeah. So our mission today is to kind of peel back the layers on a big global market forecast for these films. We want to pull up the key trends, see who the big regional players are, and show you why this seemingly niche material actually matters quite a bit.
And what's really fascinating, I think, is how this growth ties into bigger trends.
Like what?
Well, think about sustainability, right? Better packaging.
Mm-hmm.
Or the push in electronics for lighter, tougher materials, renewable energy scale-up. Polyester films are right in the middle of all that. So yeah, this deep dive, it's about getting the crucial insights from the forecast. Not just numbers, but the story behind them. We want to give you a clear picture of where this essential material is heading, which regions are really driving things, and, why.
Okay, so let's zoom out then. The global picture. You mentioned growth.
Oh, yeah. Impressive expansion. This market isn't just ticking up, it's accelerating.
Right. Give us the numbers. Where does it start? Where's it going?
Okay, so back in 2021, the market was valued at just over $6 billion US dollars. USD 6,011.2 million to be exact.
6 billion. Okay.
By 2025, the forecast puts it around 7.6 billion, so USD 7,589 million.
Decent jump in just a few years.
But the really big number is the 2033 projection. We're looking at it hitting almost $12.1 billion. USD 12,095.7 million.
Wow, nearly double the 2021 figure.
Exactly. And that works out to a compound annual growth rate, the CAGR, of about 6%.
6%, that's pretty healthy, pretty steady growth.
It is. And it's not just a blip. It reflects this constantly rising demand across key industries. Flexible packaging is huge. Solar energy is another. Electrical insulation.
Yeah.
It's just becoming more and more pervasive.
Wait, that's a strong global picture. But you mentioned the story behind the numbers. So what does this mean when we look at different parts of the world? Is everyone growing at that 6% rate?
No, not at all. That's where it gets really interesting. The growth is far from even.
Okay.
Asia Pacific, that's the powerhouse, no question. It's the biggest market, and it's growing the fastest.
Right. How big are we talking?
Well, it started at around $2.2 billion in 2021, so USD 2,194.09 million.
Okay.
And the projection for 2033, it's expected to jump to nearly $4.7 billion. USD 4,656.85 million.
Again, more than double.
Yep, and its CAGR is actually higher than the global average. It's running at just over 6.6%, so 6.63%.
That's huge. What's driving that in Asia Pacific specifically? Is it just sheer scale or something else? Innovation, policy?
It's definitely a mix. China is a massive driver here. Its growth rate is remarkably high, over 7.1%, a 7.16% CAGR.
Wow.
And that's fueled by, well, several things. Big government investment in electronics manufacturing locally, the e-commerce boom needing tons of packaging, and their huge push into making solar panels domestically.
Right, all needing these films.
Absolutely. Then you've got India, also expanding really fast, almost the same rate, around 7.12% CAGR.
Okay, and India's drivers, similar.
A bit different. In India, a lot of it seems tied to the rise in prepackaged food and consumer goods. Growing middle class, more organized retail, they need more and often better packaging.
Makes sense.
And while places like Japan, South Korea, Singapore, Australia, they maintain steady growth, sure. But what's really interesting is a segment called Rest of APAC, so countries beyond those main ones. That segment actually shows the highest growth rate, over 7.2%, 7.27% CAGR.
Higher than China or India.
Yep. Which suggests there's this huge untapped potential, maybe emerging applications or markets popping up across other developing nations in the region. It's a really dynamic picture.
Okay, so Asia Pacific is clearly the engine room. Let's shift focus. North America, how does it stack up? Still significant, I assume.
Oh, absolutely significant and very stable. It accounted for about $1.65 billion in 2021. USD 1,653.08 million.
Right.
And it's projected to grow steadily. It should hit over $2 billion by 2025, USD 2,026.26 million. and then reach nearly $3.12 billion by 2033, USD 3,120.69 million.
Okay, so still strong growth, but the rate is a bit lower.
Yeah, the CGR is a solid, over 5.5%, 5.54% specifically. So not quite the explosive growth of APAC, but very robust and consistent.
And within North America, is it mainly the U.S. driving that?
Definitely. The U.S. leads by a large margin. It starts at about $1.3 billion in 2021, USD 1,303.62 million, and is projected to grow to nearly $2.45 billion by 2033, USD 2,432.89 million. But Canada and Mexico are important contributors too. They're both showing steady growth, actually slightly above the regional average, both over 5.7%. So that helps underpin the overall strength. There's more about mature markets, established uses.
Got it. Okay, let's cross the Atlantic. Europe, often a leader in, materials innovation and environmental focus. What's the story there for polyester films?
Europe's another really solid market. It stood at about $1.28 billion in 2021, USD 1,286.4 million.
Okay.
And it's expected to reach nearly $2.5 billion by 2033, USD 2,479.62 million. That's growing at a 5.8% CAGR, so slightly ahead of North America's rate.
Interesting. Any specific countries leading the charge in Europe?
Yeah, Germany and the UK are key players here, both showing growth rates above 6%.
Right. And what's driving their demand?
Similar themes, but maybe with a European flavor. High-performance packaging is big, renewable energy continues to expand, lots of solar and wind projects, and diverse industrial uses where they need really precise, durable films.
Okay. And similar to Asia, are there any surprises within Europe?
Well, yes. Again, it's the rest of Europe segment. Like in APAC, it's showing the fastest expansion rate within the continent. Its CAGR is almost 6.85%.
Higher than Germany or the UK?
Yeah, which again kind of points to maybe new applications catching on or markets in, say, Eastern or Southern Europe rapidly adopting these films. It's not just the established industrial heartlands driving all the new growth.
Fascinating. It really highlights that growth isn't monolithic. Okay, let's quickly cover the remaining regions. South America, the Middle East, and Africa. Can we group those? Do they show unique patterns?
We can. And they each have their own distinct story, yeah. Let's start with South America. It was around $348 million in 2021, USD 348.65 million. Forecasted to grow quite strongly, actually, reaching over $834 million by 2033, USD 834.6 million.
That sounds like a good growth rate.
It is. The CAGR is nearly 6.2%. 6.19%.
Okay. Any standouts there?
Brazil leads the way, growing at almost 6.4%, 6.38%. But Colombia's is right behind it, very close at 6.36%.
And what's driving that? Packaging again.
Yeah, largely packaging and industrial demand scaling up pretty rapidly as those economies develop and consumer markets change.
Right. Okay, Middle East.
Relatively smaller market size here. Yeah. Started at about $342 million in 2021. USD 342.63 million, projected to reach nearly $629 million by 2033, USD 628.97 million. The growth rate is a bit more modest, just under 4.8% CAGR, 4.79%.
Lower than other regions. Why is that?
It could be various factors, maybe less emphasis on the specific industries driving growth elsewhere. But within the region, countries like the UAE and Egypt are showing slightly higher growth, around 5%. Often linked to industrial development, construction projects needing these kinds of materials.
Okay. And finally, Africa.
Africa starts as the smallest market, about $186 million in 2021.
Right.
USD 186.34 million.
Right.
But it's expected to climb significantly in percentage terms, hitting nearly $375 million by 2033, USD 374.96 million. That's a CAGR of over 5.1%, 5.17%.
So decent growth potential there, too.
Yeah. Yes. And Nigeria seems to be expanding the fastest within Africa at over 5.3% CAGR, 5.38%, likely driven by its large consumer base. South Africa remains a key, stable contributor as well. Definitely a region to watch for future potential, even from a smaller base.
Okay. Wow, that's a comprehensive tour around the world of polyester film.
Yeah, it really paints a picture. And if you sort of connect all those dots, step back and look at the big picture, what you really see is this powerful, consistent global expansion. It's happening everywhere, just at different speeds and for slightly different reasons.
Right. So the key takeaways are?
Well, number one, Asia-Pacific is clearly the dominant force, the main engine. Number two, North America and Europe provide this really stable, substantial demand, increasingly focused on those specialty, high-value applications.
Got it.
And number three, underpinning all of this is the constant push in key industries. Packaging, solar, electronics. They just keep needing more and better polyester films. That's what's driving the innovation and the market growth.
So, bringing it back home, What does this all mean for you listening right now? It means this stuff, this polyester film, even though you probably don't notice it, is becoming even more essential.
Absolutely.
It's quietly enabling so much of modern life. How your
Mhm.
food stays fresh, the screen you're maybe looking at right now, how we get clean energy.
It's fundamental.
It really is a key enabler.
Yeah. So here's something to think about. The next time you unwrap something or you see a solar panel or even just use your phone, consider this invisible layer and maybe wonder, how many other unseen materials like this are quietly shaping our world? And what incredible future markets might they be creating right under our noses?